I was hoping this would be an easy one, a simple write-up for a simple game. But I've been at this one for weeks, and I just can't figure out how to talk about this game. I've added and retracted entire chapters, trying to mop up my own word vomit, only to puke again at the sight of it. I feel like I have something to say, but the words just aren't coming. After a week of writer's block and introspection, it finally hits me. I realize that I'm not being honest with myself, that I'm not writing from the heart. I'm trying to muster up excitement about a game that just doesn't offer much to get excited about. And my depressingly blank notepad document actually reflects more on Midnight Ghost Hunt than it does on me and my creative ambitions. I mean, how am I supposed to write a review that doesn't fall flat about a game that does? I guess I'll do it the only way I'm able to. Honestly. And honestly, I'm disappointed. Midnight Ghost Hunt is a prop hunt game with a twist. These props can kill you. I'm gonna die, help me! Here's the quick rundown. 8 players are divided into 2 teams, ghosts and hunters. Ghosts are weak to the hunter's weapons, but make up for it with an evasive skill set and the ability to hide in plain sight. Hunters have 5 minutes and an assortment of gadgets to track down and eliminate the ghosts. But if they fail to do so by midnight, the hunters become the haunted. The ghosts get huge buffs to their health and damage, and now the hunters have to outlast them. So, as a prop hunt game, Midnight massively over-delivers on its premise. It's a fresh take. It's innovative. But for some reason, it leaves me wanting more from it. And it almost feels unfair to say that, with all the extra features the devs have squeezed into a game that basically amounts to a high-tech version of hide and seek. I mean, it's everything I could have asked for here. It makes me feel ungrateful, like the kind of gamer who's never satisfied, even if everything he wants is somehow delivered. So it's hard for me to say that I'm disappointed. Not because I'm not disappointed, but because I don't want to be that guy. I feel guilty vocalizing it. Because the game is fun. The developers have obviously put the effort in, and they've set the bar high in a lot of ways. This concept may not be original, but their execution of it is. The entire game has this AAA level of polish, something I wasn't expecting from Vaulted Sky's debut title. But seeing this superficial level of polish had me expecting something more under the surface. Some deeper gameplay mechanics, something to really sink my teeth into. But I didn't find it. It was the search for my next main game that led me here, but my midnight arrival left me feeling more like the hunter at 11:59, who desperately searched for something exciting, only to give up when he realized he was looking in the wrong place all along. But why did I think this was the right place? Am I supposed to be the target audience here? It sure feels like it at first. I mean, I like competitive games, and Midnight feels like it wants me as a player, but I want my PvP experience to have layers of complexity. That's where I find the replay value. Midnight teases this deeper level without delivering on it, and I think that's the crux of my disappointment with it. It offers nothing to the hardcore player base it aspires to have. Its casual nature will excel in onboarding new players, but the lack of a meaningful core experience will fail to keep them around. This is a game that's easy to learn and easy to master, and that makes it easy to put down. My first impressions did inspire me, but in the final hour, Midnight couldn't live up to that hype, and after only a few short days, I can't convince myself that I still enjoy playing it. This is my analysis of Midnight's mediocrity, but first, the good stuff. First impressions matter, and Midnight nails its presentation and interface. Other games should take note of the way I was able to access the settings instantly upon launch. The menus are snappy, responsive, and intuitive. Inviting a friend is easy. This game was definitely designed with quality of life in mind, and I appreciate that. The way I was able to quickly mute someone in the game chat made me unreasonably happy.
Bro,
Got to.
I just muted you
Keep that thing on you.
intuitively in 1 second based on the controls in the game. It's perfect.
It's amazing.
The way it should be. Tab, click. And this game just dumps on the early access stereotype. It runs beautifully. Everything works as it should, and the controls are buttery smooth.
Platforming is pretty good, man. I just jumped up here.
There are plenty of maps, each one being unique and memorable. The game is visually stunning, and the vibe is perfect. Everything just adds up to this quirky, spooky atmosphere that I really enjoyed taking in. And I had plenty of time to take it in, as each match begins with a long ride for the hunters, giving the ghosts time to set up and pick out the perfect props.
Try to find the smallest object possible.
Check your pants.
Oh, got it.
And choosing a prop is actually an impactful decision, as they all have their own capabilities. A cannon can be fired, a suit of armor can swing a sword. Every prop is different, and you've got to pick the right one for the right situation. It's a really creative way to add variety to the gameplay. Teapots can launch for miles, useful for a quick getaway but often breaking on impact. Statues offer you more protection and hit like a truck, but lack in mobility, leaving you with a choice: strength or speed. The hunters have choices to make too, and you'll need to work together to make sure you've got your bases covered. You'll need someone to heal up the team, someone to vacuum up ghostly remains, and a couple of tracking devices.
I got the smasher.
I'll go for the frostbite to
Smash
slow him down, so I can shoot and you can snag him.
And then I'm
Exactly.
gonna whack him, and then I'm gonna suck him.
The arsenal has so much character too. I mean, there's an ectoplasm flamethrower, assault shotgun. The weapons and gadgets have this awesome, semi-homemade style, and they just feel good to use. I had a lot of fun trying everything out here. As a hunter, you'll arrive under the pressure of time and quickly ransack entire floors, suspicious of every object from trash cans to toilets to houseplants. And when you finally do find a ghost in a prop, you're rewarded with a hilarious chase sequence straight out of Scooby-Doo.
Hold up. The other one's close down here. There he is, there he is. Nice.
It really is a unique sort of fun, the way a match alternates between states of frantic mania and absurd hilarity.
Knockout, bitch! God damn.
Nope. Oh.
That's good. That's fucking good.
As a ghost, you'll spend most of this phase playing mind games with your opponents. You can throw your voice, knock over lamps, or temporarily take the form of an enemy. Using your abilities to confuse the hunters might be the best part of this game. I'll never forget the time I laid down a perfectly circular ectoplasm trail and watched a newbie hunter follow it for way too long.
Oh, he's following my footsteps so hard. Yeah, dude.
There's great joy to be had in making someone look like an idiot.
You think I can ring the phone? Do you think they'll know I'm here? They're looking all over for this phone, bro. They are looking everywhere except for straight up. Oh!
He just
Oh,
looked
I
right
thought he
at
was
me
gonna
and
see. Yeah, he
didn't
looked
notice
right
me.
at me too.
How did he not notice me?
Crazy spot on that chandelier, dude. I didn't know you can hide up there.
I was like, where is he? I was getting frustrated. I was like, he's in this room.
There are plenty of laughs here, but surprisingly, some pretty tense moments as well. Like when it's 1 minute to midnight, with one ghost left alive. There's a lot of pressure for both teams there. The Ghost is in a clutch situation, and the hunters have an important decision to make. Do they commit to the search, or do they pull back and prepare for the reckoning? They can win it right here and now if they find you, but they'll be in a tough spot if they don't.
Fuck. Oh, we gotta get back.
Oh, damn, bro. They're gonna fuck us, bro. They're right on top of us. Watch out. Oh, God, bro. I'm gonna die. Oh, God.
I didn't have time.
It's really an interesting asymmetrical dynamic. There's actually a lot to like here. So why am I disappointed? Well, you run into a wall after about 10 hours, right after you've unlocked everything and begun to grasp the flow of a match. You'll barely have your toes in the water when you realize just how shallow it is. There's no strategy, really, no high-level tech or team play. There's just not a lot of depth to the gameplay, and as much fun as it is to smash someone's face in with an amplifier. Headshot, bitch! It gets old, and this is the basis of the entire combat system, even during the game's finale. Actually, this game loses its legs at midnight, leaving it unable to step up to that next level. I wanted it to go over the top here. This is what sets it apart after all. I mean, it's the title of the game. So much emphasis is put on the midnight countdown, not only in the game's marketing, but even environmentally, in the game itself. The lights flicker, the mood darkens. It feels like shit's about to get real. Like everything was building to this over-the-top climax, and it's just a death match. A chaotic brawl, where nothing that happened before really matters.
Got one.
I'm missing all of them.
Got another one. Got another one.
It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Most matches end on a mediocre note, and I was re-queuing just to experience the mid-game again, because the best part of this game is the prop hunt part, the unoriginal part. The grand finale needs to hit hard, and it just doesn't for me. It ends up feeling tacked on, like it's just a reward for the ghosts for surviving. It feels like charity.
Got him.
Satisfying? Sure. Giving the hunters a nervous sense of urgency? Absolutely. Providing a deep and compelling gameplay experience?
Damn, dude.
Not quite.
Jesus.
But it could provide that experience. The bones are here, the spirit is here, all the makings of a great PvP experience are here, but ironically, it's missing the body and the soul. I hoped so bad that once the novelty of it all faded, I'd find a foundation of complex mechanics underneath. Not that every game has to be hardcore PvP to remain relevant, but Midnight Ghost Hunt could be the Overwatch of prop hunt games. It feels like that's what it wants to be, and honestly, I'd like to see the devs embrace that. You might as well assign people to strict classes the way certain items are required. And I don't mean OP or meta, I mean required. Integral to the structure of a match. Like, you get the freedom to build your loadout, but you gotta have a vacuum in play. So why not give it to a specialist? Challenge him to unlock attachments that make it more personal and more engaging to use. Let him grind for a sweet, custom Hoover 9000. I know that specialists are overdone at this point, but this game could do it right. You could have a medic, a trapper, and a tracker, a demolition guy, and you could do it better than Evolve. You could have 4 unique ghost types, and loadout choices and customization within those classes. Maybe the Phantom is stealthy, the Demon dangerous. Players could strive to be a really good medic, or the most annoying poltergeist, the kind you want on your team. You could have a sense of progression not only as you get better at the game, but while you unlock variants, abilities, cosmetics, anything to keep me playing. The way it is right now, everything is available to everyone all the time, and running to the generator to switch your loadout on the fly is a core gameplay mechanic.
That's the ticket. You'll be doing that a lot.
And it just doesn't feel right to me. It takes you out of the experience. It takes up a disproportionate amount of your time. Time that could be better used if there was any semblance of deeper strategy here. injured hunters will run and grab the med pack just to heal themselves and switch right back, undercutting the potential for real team play and synergy. It's already a bit of a missed opportunity for me, but when you combine this mechanic with the way the abilities are designed, it turns the focus of this game to counter-picking your opponents, rather than counter-playing them, the distract haunts being the most egregious example. Your fake footprints as a ghost are only useful if someone's using the Pathfinder. If they switch to a radar, you're completely useless. Better go grab the fake radar move. But the list goes on. Hunters running traps? Use Untrappable. Ghosts running traps? Pick up C4. You'll switch to counter a specific tactic, and your opponent will switch to something else, and so on until midnight's here. And then you'll switch again, because at midnight, half the gadgets lose all of their utility. Everything is just so situational, feeling like it exists just to counter one other specific thing. Balanced? Maybe. Boring? Definitely. Look, I know I'm being harsh, and my competitive background is shining through every aspect of this review, and I'm judging this game on what it could be, what I want it to be, and not what it is. And that's not really fair. This game isn't a competitive shooter, as much as I want it to be. It's a casual prop hunt. It's a weekend of fun with friends. But I can't help myself. It hurts that such a great effort feels so lackluster for me. I want to love this game as much as the devs do, really. But I need something more. I keep coming back to that thought. I wish there was something more. Because right now, every innovation in Midnight Ghost Hunt only exists to glorify the most basic elimination-style experience. But what are we fighting for? Like a childhood game of hide and seek, there's no long game here. Try to find one, and you'll end up the kid under the wheelbarrow at dinner time, bored and alone, deserted by his friends who stopped playing hours ago because he took the game too seriously. Don't take this game too seriously, because there are games that you aren't supposed to take seriously. It ruins the fun. I get that. But Midnight Ghost Hunt feels like it wants to be taken seriously. It feels like it could be taken seriously. God damn it, I want to take it seriously. But in its current state, it lacks the underlying foundation for long-term enjoyment and satisfaction, or even addiction. It's got a clickbait title and thumbnail, but it lacks a hook, and it lacks the punch. But it is priced accordingly, and I salute them for that. And if I had to distill this entire review into a single sentence, I'd say, this game is $20 of fun. And despite everything that I've said, I think it's a fair price. If prop hunt is your thing, this is an easy purchase, and probably the best version of it available right now. However, Midnight fails in attempting to win over a new audience for this game type. It sits in a weird spot where it's not quite sure if it wants to be a casual party game or a competitive shooter. And in order to break out of this awkward limbo phase and transcend the genre, it'll need to innovate in an even bigger way, because although captivating at first, it quickly fades into the kind of experience that's fun with friends, and even the worst games are fun with friends. I really do wish this game the best, and I genuinely hope that it doesn't live its entire life in early access purgatory, because there's actually real potential here, and maybe even a bright future. I'll keep an eye on this one, but the way it stands right now, I might bust it out for a few hours on Halloween.
Someone's gonna die.
No.
Did you hear that guy?
There's another one in here.